Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a new episode of Kevirsyle Network. I'm your host, Kevin Davis, and today's guest is a good friend of mine, Mr. Danny Quick. What's up, brother?
Kev, what's happening, bro? Man, it's good to
Man,
finally get to talk to you twice in one day. Actually, it's pretty.
right, twice in one day, because I'll see you again later tonight.
That's right.
Man, that
That's right.
is crazy. And this is the first time we actually officially talk to each other face to face, because we always
Yeah,
been on
yeah,
TikTok live, like I'm in the comments and everything. Man,
yeah.
how you been, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm blessed. I'm glad it's Friday though. I'm glad it's Friday.
Man, I feel that. So, can you just tell the audience a little bit about yourself, what's been going on with you? Introduce
Absolutely,
yourself,
man.
brother.
My name is Danny J. Quick. I am a comic book creator, writer, artist sometimes, letterer, designer, and marketer. I do all of that stuff. So, if you've seen the
Man,
purple dude, the purple ninja guy named Ace Blade, it's probably because of me. But yeah, man, I've been making comic books for for a little over 10 years now, and
man,
you know, it's getting hot and heavy now, bro.
I feel that. And I'm only been doing comics for 3 years, and I feel the heat.
Yeah.
Man, I love the Ace Blade comics. I've always wanted to ask you, like, what made you get into comics, especially starting the Ace Blade? Like, what's like your inspiration behind it?
Man, really, Ace Blade, the story of Ace Blade is all about, connecting with people, really. It's
Yep.
about, you know, personal responsibility and using what you have to help in your community. That's all it's really about. And, I guess I get that from my time in the military.
Oh,
And
you a veteran. Thank you for your service, man.
oh man, thank you. No, did some time in the military, and you know, served the country and all that good stuff as a combat medic. Hey, Livy, and
Man,
that it's those values kind of instilled in me. So, it goes with
man.
me everywhere I go.
Dude, I freaking love that, man. Did how you like did you like grow up on comics and like what made you get into comic book writing yourself?
Nah, man, I always tell the story. I didn't actually read comic books until I was old enough to buy my own comic books. We didn't, I grew up in a
Oh
real country, like country hood part of North Carolina, and and we didn't have no comic book stores around me, but we had them cartoons though. We had Batman,
oh yeah.
Superman, the animated adventures. We had Spider Man, the Ninja Turtles. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, oh my
I
God.
knew I knew every you know comic book superhero. We had anime, of course. We had Dragon Ball Z and things like that. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that's really what I grew up on. And then when I was old enough, and
Mhm.
we moved. My mom moved us out here to Durham, North Carolina. There's more availability out
Yeah,
here for
what's up,
comics. So
Pops?
what's
Man,
happening?
heck yes.
So
Man, that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah,
I didn't grow up on comics either. I didn't even know they existed. Gonna
yep,
be honest. Like I knew Marvel and DC from like their movies, like you said, the TV shows, like the Spider-Mans, the X-Men
yep,
show animations, and like their movies and TV shows, but I didn't even know they were a different medium before then.
right, yeah,
I started reading comics around 2020 when COVID happened, and we like
mhm,
all locked up in our houses and stuff. Because I wanted to do something different. I didn't want to just sit around watching TV all the time because TV gets boring. It's like
yeah,
TV gets boring, and so I kind of just bought like some digital comics from Marvel and DC,
mhm.
and then you show up on my TikTok page.
Oh man,
I learned about your comics and then I learned about independent comics. I was like, what the heck is this independent comic world that I didn't know that even existed? And I found out about your Ace Blade. I found about Black Sands. I found about Dark Horse because I'm a big fan of Hellboy. I didn't even know that was a
hmm
freaking comic.
hmm
Um, I'm like, and I followed your TikTok. I bought your book so instantly when I saw when,
yeah,
I saw you, when I saw your books. I was like, because
bro,
I love vigilante stories and learning that you was writing a vigilante story. I'm like, hell yes, I need to copy his books because that looks
hey,
fire, and I'm gonna grab every single issue if I
hey man,
can.
And I appreciate it,
Hey,
man. Like
yeah,
the one thing I tell people about TikTok all the time is that, especially like when TikTok first started, it was real big on like finding new things. It was all about like discovering new ways to do things, new perspectives, and new
yep,
stuff that you've never seen before. So it was real helpful for me. Like I think I grew on TikTok faster than I've grown on any other platform. Like
mhm.
these other platforms, like you gotta you gotta, it's a full-time job trying to grow on these other platforms. But
It
on
really is.
TikTok,
Heck yeah.
it was literally like any idea that I had, I could sit down and make it and just put it out there. And
Mhm.
they made it so easy. So I mean, I appreciate the support for sure, and I'm
Heck
supporting back,
yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? We got some. I got your journal book over here. I got
How are you
all kinds of
enjoying it,
stuff.
brother? Like, how you enjoying
Yeah,
it?
come on now. I got a couple notes in there I might have to use later
Heck
on.
yeah.
So yeah,
Heck yeah, dude. Oh man, I see some comics in the background. Can you just like show off some covers right quick if you can? You don't
yeah,
mind?
absolutely, man. We got all my Ace Blade books are back here.
Heck
So
yeah.
these are all the ones for sale right here. But then I got these up on the wall right here. These are, I don't know if you can see these.
Nice. I
These
can
are
see him
my
a little bit.
these are my books for display, and I got my graded static number two
Ooh,
on here.
man.
One for the
Heck yes.
collection, and I got another indie creators book over here. This is actually pretty cool. This is Agent Solo from Raymond Leonard, and he
Oh,
actually
snap.
got he actually got Rob Liefeld to do a cover for him, right?
Yo,
And
what?
yeah, and Rob Liefeld was actually at a comic book shop, my LCS Acme Comics, one day, and
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring, instead of everybody bringing Deadpool, everybody's gonna bring Deadpool.
Everybody,
I
literally.
was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna bring Agent Solo," and he told me this was actually the only one that he's ever signed. So I got it graded,
So you
and
got
I
the
got
only copy that's
I
signed.
got I got the only one that's signed by Rob Liefeld, the only variant cover. And
Ooh.
I sent it to Raymond, and he was like, "Bro, that's crazy," because he doesn't even have one. So I was like, "Yo, that's pretty cool."
That
Um,
is freaking amazing. Oh my
yeah,
god. Man. And since you got Static, is Static like one of your favorite characters of all time, or is like your top five or
I love Static, but I don't think they use Static enough, man. I think
mm,
and that's bad because Static is probably um the most popular of the milestone characters. Like
mhm,
Static and Rocket and Icon are probably the big three from Milestone. And Static, had his own TV show.
mhm.
I don't know
Oh yeah.
why they couldn't get the action figure thing going or whatever, but you know, I don't think that they did enough with Static. Static was so versatile. He could have been everywhere, man. Static could have been everywhere. And I just don't think that they did enough with him. But I love Static. I love the comics, even the new milestone stuff that came out was pretty good. Shadows of the Dakota and all that good stuff.
Heck yeah. And since you've been in comics for like 10 years now, wow, that's tough. I'm like people don't even last that long sometimes in this industry or any industry at all.
Bruh.
But what's like some advice or wisdom you can give like upcoming creators that want to get into this industry, like the do's and the don'ts if they want to pursue this career?
Mm. Advice, man. Really, it's just be creative, man. It's like there's so much, there's so much opportunity out here,
Mhm.
but there's also so many people trying to get all the opportunity, right? Like
Yeah,
everybody who wants to
yeah.
be creative, all the tools are right here. Like you got all the tools to be creative in whatever way you want to. If you want to be a musician, if you want to be an artist, a writer, like you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like even with
Mhm.
just with your phone, you can do mostly anything. But
Pretty much,
it's
yeah.
it's the consistency. I think it's the consistency that
Mhm.
really breaks people through. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, a lot of people don't make it to 10 years because you know, they get 4 years in, they get two issues in, and they're like, this ain't going the way that I want it to.
Mhm.
And at that point, you don't got too much skin in the game to just give up or just quit.
Mhm.
But if you stay with it consistently, eventually you'll be like me, where it's like, oh man, I've been doing this for 10 years. I might as well keep going now.
Oh man, heck yeah. I'm 3 years in and I'm already feeling like that. Whereas like I'm just gonna keep going because I love storytelling
Yeah.
and I have a massive imagination as I've been told from
Hmm.
people reading my stories and reading my scripts. And I'm a big horror fantasy action fan.
Hmm.
So I really get that spark and like that adrenaline from horror, like especially those good movies that you feel that intensity and that emotion,
Yeah.
and that really draws me into storytelling. And that's why I started getting into comic because one, I got tired of all the rehashes in Hollywood.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
I'm just like, because I got to the point, it's like, why do I need to wait on somebody to do something where I could just legit just do it myself? Like,
Right.
let me grab a pencil or paper and pen to start jotting down ideas that I can make myself. I
Yep.
say it might take some time, but I'm going to make it because I am determined that I'm going to get my stories out there. You know what I mean? And I actually come from a family of writers. And
Mm.
come from a family of business actually, because my mom is actually one of my big inspirations that actually got me into writing.
Hmm.
Because I read her murder mystery book, and I fell in
Mm.
love with it so freaking much. I finished that book in an entire day. I was pissed when people called my name because I was reading that freaking book.
Hmm.
And I'm legit begging my mom to take out a character in that book because that character pissed me the hell off. I'm like,
Man.
please take him out. It can be a post credit scene. I don't care. Because you're in the rehab, please take that
Just
character
give
out.
me a give me an additional
Like,
short story where you
yeah,
wrote this
or
character.
something.
Right.
And and I used to hate writing with a passion, especially from school. We had to write them papers, 10 to
Yeah.
12, especially for college. I was like, oh, I freaking hate writing. And then my mom told me, it's like, the thing you hate the most, you're actually really good at. Of course, I
Mm.
brushed that off because I didn't want to believe her. Because but I found out she was right because in like my ninth grade year of high school, my first paper, my teacher graded us or like leveled us like 1 to 5.
Hmm.
Whereas like a 1 is like you need a lot of help. A 3 is like you're there, but I want to push you to that higher professional level, like a 5.
Hmm.
First paper ever, I was a level 3.
Mm.
And my teacher said, "You have a great writing set. I just want to push you to that more professional college and above level." And I was like, "Me? I can write? Like what? I freaking hate writing." And then graduating from high school, I went back to each teacher that I had to write for, show them to see how my writing progressed, and they were all like, "You have improved a lot in these 4 years."
Nice.
And so that's what got me started into like writing a novel first, just to challenge myself. And so I wrote a novel like based on my life, but I took it down because I wasn't in like the good position to like really open about my
Hmm.
life.
Hmm.
So I'm actually now 5 years later, I'm officially picking it back up and writing my story about my life and like the wisdom I've got over the years now. Because I'm in
That's
a better
awesome.
position, I'm in a better mindset, and I'm excited to just be open and be open about myself and just be me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I started writing my first story, Arcfire. You actually got the first issue
Hmm.
of Arcfire. Um, my my character Theo is based on me because he has no memory of who he is. He's trying to figure out where he's from, like what his purpose is. Oh, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, uh, oh, okay.
No,
Uh,
my daughter was just talking to me. Go ahead.
oh, gotcha. But yeah, my Arcfire character, Theo Arcfire, is based on me because he's trying to figure out who he is, like what's his purpose. Because I grew up trying to figure out. I was a very nonchalant kid. I didn't really care for anything. I was like,
Hmm.
what's my purpose here? Why did God put me here? I was like, because my sister's a teacher, my mother's doing her business and writing. I was like, what's the purpose of me here? I mean, I see everybody else around me kind of like want to be doctors and business owners and stuff. I'm just
Hmm.
here like, I don't know what the hell I want to do.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with writing and especially dealing with a lot of anger issues growing up and depression and so many anxiety.
Mm.
Writing became my therapy because my mother forced me to sit down and grab a notebook or something to write my thoughts out and get that out of my mind and get out of my heart. And so that's kind of where my journey started from writing. And now I'm into
Mhm.
comics. And now this is my third year now in comics. I've wrote my first. I actually wrote Arcfire around 2023. Yeah, because I spent like a good 3 years studying the craft of comics before I officially like started to know to get into writing myself.
Mhm.
So that's a bit about. So that's why I got into writing, and ever since then I've just been blasting. I have like over 200 scripts on my computer now.
That's
And
crazy.
I like 12 novels that I'm outlining, and I also write magazines now because I want to
Mhm.
like reach different areas. Like to I want if it, even if it's touch one person, that's good. That's okay with me.
Yeah,
And I want to be able to like be an inspiration to let somebody know that it's okay if you're going through this. Just keep pressing through, and it's going to be all right. You're going to make it through.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Me, I can write. I hate writing. That's literally how I was. That's literally how I freaking was. Literally, different that. And you have a new book out now. It's a western, right?
Yeah, Ballad of the Black Rose. Yeah, Ballad
Ballad
of the
of
Black Rose. Um,
Ballad or Ballad. I'm sorry.
Ballad, the Ballad of
Ballad.
the Black
Ballad.
Rose.
Black
Yeah,
Rose. I saw the artwork. Chef's kiss, dude. Looks freaking
thank you.
phenomenal. I'm a big fan of westerns. I'm actually. Let me bring up the Kickstarter right now. It's on Kickstarter now. Here we are.
Yeah.
Ballad of the Black Rose issues 1 and 2. Please tell us a bit about your story. What made you get into westerns, and let's pop this up.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I've always been a fan of westerns. Growing up, my mom, my mom loved westerns. You know, she would always be watching like Big Valley and Gunsmoke and Bonanza and stuff like that. And
Heck
then
yeah.
just as I got older, you know, my wife actually loved westerns too. So, you know, every now and then we'll go on, we'll go online and watch, you know, 10 episodes of The Rifleman or something like that. But um,
Heck
there
yeah.
wasn't a lot of black people in westerns, in the westerns that I was watching. So, you know, it happens. It happens. So um you know, I decided, you know, I'm a creator. You know, I'm write mostly superhero comics, but
Mhm.
I wanted to try something outside of that. Me and the guys with Bequest Studios, we all do kind of superhero stuff, but we also want to do more things. You know, I got an idea for, you know, an anthropomorphic samurai um comic book, and we got this Tales of Kadara that we're working on with that's a
Ooh.
fantasy, like a Lord of the Rings fantasy, and we want to do stuff
Ooh, heck
that's
yes.
kind of outside of superheroes. And
Mhm.
you know, the problem was is that I would have to step away from Ace Blade to do it, and
Ah,
but
gotcha.
thankfully, being an indie comic book creator, you know, art takes a little longer than writing most times.
Mhm.
So
True.
I've written a bunch of Ace Blade, and now, you know, I can take some time to write some other things. So this story is about a family starting a new life in the Wild West,
Mm.
but a entity in the hills behind their home gets them in trouble with the law, and they have
Oh,
to go on an adventure to figure out, you know, why it's interacting with their daughter in the way that it is. So it's a western. It's like it's one of those stories that like really takes you out of the moment, out of the reality. You know, really an escape
yeah.
from reality. But it also, you know, it's something that people can relate to. Like when you see these characters who are trying to leave their past behind them.
Mhm.
um Boss Rose, who was a gunslinger. You know, he was basically a mercenary, you know, for the sheriffs and things like that. He was a manhunter.
Yeah.
He went and chased down criminals, and, you know, was a violent dude. And then Deja, the mom, she was a card shark. You know, she was in the saloons taking people's money and drinking and cussing. And you know, they came
Oh,
together and
wow.
they had this baby, Primrose, and, you know, they both decided that they wanted to leave that life in the past. But,
Wow.
you know, that ain't as easy as, you know, that's not as easy as saying it is. So um you know, they get in some trouble with the law, and they have to use those skills that they had to survive. So We're on the first two issues. The first issue is done. The second issue is already penciled, inked, and colored, and
Oh, nice.
lettered. Actually, that book is pretty much done. That book is pretty much done now too.
So,
So
so this Kickstarter, we can actually buy both issues on this Kickstarter, right?
yep, that's right. Both issues,
Holy smokes!
issue one and two, and it's good. It's good to be able to do multiple types of things. So um, yeah, I'm having fun with it, man. And we just got, I think we got 19 days left on the Kickstarter, and
Yes, I believe. Let me go back up real quick.
we're getting there.
Yep, 19 days, 74 backers. So close to funding. Let's get this funded, guys. This looks beautiful. You actually have a trailer of it too here.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
yeah. That's a little fun video if you want to play it.
I want to play it right quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Can you hear
My
it?
name is Danny J.
Which
Quick,
my
Mhm.
bad.
and I'm the co creator of Ace Blade and King Supreme. I've been making superhero comics for more than 10 years now, but I think I want to try something different with my guys at Bequest Studios. This is a new comic book about a young family starting a new life out in the Wild West.
Got the hat and everything.
And then everything goes crazy when a supernatural entity in the hills behind their home gets them in trouble with the law. And this story is called The Ballad of the Black Rose.
That guitar is so bad.
Oh wow.
Now, y'all come on down to the Ponderosa and help us by supporting this Kickstarter. All right, now,
Mhm.
until next time, stay vigilant, my friends. We're out of here. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw.
I had to throw the yeehaw in there. Okay.
Okay, that's freaking awesome.
Man, I drug my
Oh my
wife out with me.
lord.
My wife is always stylish. She had a nice cowgirl hat, and I was like, "Come on out here."
Man,
We actually sat in front of Cracker Barrel and did that last part. So,
that was
um,
Cracker Barrel. Oh my god.
we,
I was not expecting that.
we,
Oh my,
I just like to have a good time when I'm creating, and
oh my god.
it was pretty cool to be able to do that. I learned how to play a little bit of the guitar. Like I got a couple
Yeah.
chords, but I'm obviously not very good. Um, but yeah, man, it's just part of the creative process in marketing these stories and trying to get people involved.
Yeah. Man, this makes me want to write a western.
Hey man, do it, man. I'm telling you,
Actually, I'm actually working on a western. I actually got issue one scripted. I just got to go
Mhm.
back and edit it a bit. Is the working title is Sire Guard. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that title yet.
Okay.
Um, but I got inspired by like the show Yellowstone from Tyler
Mhm.
Sheridan,
Yeah,
and mixed with like Dark Tower.
that dude just got paid. That Tyler Sheridan dude just got
Oh
super
yeah.
paid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the people. He's actually one of my inspirations when I got to get into westerns because I love his storytelling, especially on Yellowstone
Hmm.
and his show Landman
Yeah.
and Tulsa King, and I love how
Also something.
I love how his style he shows that he's not just western, but he also goes into other avenues, but still have that western feel to it.
Yeah.
That's the Kickstarter go towards guitar lessons.
There you
Oh my
go.
lord, that is
Um,
hilarious. That is hilarious.
that was my artist Kyron's edition
Kyron,
there. Kyron
Kyron's
Silver.
hilarious. Oh my lord.
Yeah, he's a
Um.
jokester, but he's a great artist, and
Oh yeah, he is. He definitely is.
he's hilarious. So absolutely, I absolutely do need some guitar lessons. But no, the funding is gonna be going straight to getting the second and first and second issues printed, and working on the third issue. So absolutely.
Man, that's freaking beautiful. And in my Western story, it's like it's a gunslinger, but he's part demon,
Mm,
and cause so he's kind of going through the basically he's going through a rough patch because he has no family, he has no friends, and he trusts nobody because all his family got killed when he was a
mm.
kid, and so and he's part demon because he finds out that his father is a demon that he never even knew existed.
Oh wow,
he
good
he
grief.
grew up that thought he was like a normal kid, but when he growing up he has random out like sleepwalking and random what's it blackouts. There you go, that's the word.
Mm,
Random
mm-hmm,
blackouts, and he just like one night he wakes up in the forest in his pajamas, have no idea why he's there or how he got there.
mm,
And so his mother, of course, knows about his, but but his mother go had went to a warlock to suppress his memories. So he grew up not remembering that he's part demon or has these type of abilities because his mother tried to suppress it and wanted to have him live a normal life. But unfortunately, his dad finds out about him and comes after him because he wants his son and basically kills whoever gets in his way to
mm.
find him. Uh,
That's a supernatural western. My
yeah,
my
that was a
Ballad
good.
of the Black
Yeah,
Rose is a supernatural western, but that one is a little on the horror side for sure.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought I'm a big horror fantasy fan, and when I started writing, I realized that horror and fantasy is literally my strong suit, and it's my strong suit because I had like a lot of dark thoughts growing up, and so I kind of just went towards horror mostly
Mm-hmm.
because it really just helped me get through the darkness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Sounds like a lot of fun read. I hope it is a fun read because I'm really enjoying writing it. I'm editing issue one script right now before I send it to get art done for it. But yeah, and I won't say be friends, but
What
in present.
what's your process for finding artists though? Like you didn't you've been making comics a little less than I am, so you
Mm,
probably came in like at the height of social media where you can reach out to artists and things like that. Like
mm,
I started where there was like you know chat rooms and stuff like that that you could
mm.
find artists and reach out to them. But have you always used social media, or do you go to shows and find artists? What's your process for finding artists?
My process is social media. I haven't gone to shows just yet.
Hmm.
My first artist, my main artist, we actually met by accident. Because it was on Discord. I was with a film
Hmm.
studio, working with the film studio. I did a voice acting gig for a film studio in the Discord. And one day I opened Discord and my main artist showed her art in Discord in the Discord, and I fell in love with it. And I excuse me, I befriended her and I had a casual conversation. And then I popped the question. I was like, "Do you by chance do comic books?"
Hmm.
And she said, "Yes, I do." And I told her like ideas of stories I want to bring to life and like to get her point of view and like ask her like how to bring these characters to life for me. And from that day forward we became best friends and we're best friends to this day.
Nice.
and and other artists my other artists I met on Fiverr, whatever the heck it's
Mm.
called. Um he did my Hall of Fame comic that's uh, being edited now. We're actually going to talk about on your show later. Uh,
Hmm.
and then, but yeah, it's a lot about in my short time, a lot of artists actually found me on Facebook and Instagram.
Oh yeah, they definitely will. They definitely will find you.
uh, this was my next question. Where did the idea of Black Rose come from?
Um, the idea of Ballad of Black Rose. I actually can't tell you that, and Kyron knows I can't tell you that because it's gonna give away. It's gonna give away
Oh darn,
special
so close.
things, special plot points. But I will say that the idea is rooted in how much you'll sacrifice for your family, right?
Mm,
Um, we
Mm,
see Deja and Boss Rose, sacrifice their lives literally. They were both people who were in the community doing their things and they were living their lives, but they gave up that life for this new life,
mm.
and they are trying to make a better future for their kids. And as we all don't, you don't got kids yet, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, soon though. uh
Not soon. Not soon. I'm not even in a relationship right now. I'm
hey,
focusing on myself, getting my business going.
yeah,
I'm
I
just
said that.
mused.
I said
I'm
that
just
same thing.
mused.
I said that same thing, Kev. But yeah, it's based on how much you're willing to sacrifice for your family.
Mm,
And we get to see that even through the villain's perspective
mm.
in this book too.
Man, that is beautiful. Um, and since we talk about westerns, you have like what's like your favorite western you have ever seen that really made you want to write your own westerns?
Unforgiven.
Ooh,
Unforgiven
that's a good one.
is
That's a
is
good
my
one.
is my favorite western. It's there I take a lot of inspiration for Unforgiven from this too. Like literally the story is about a man having to come out of retirement.
Mm,
Um he left that life behind. He had left that life behind, and certain circumstances made him have to pick the gun back up,
mm,
and that idea right there was really the birth of Ballad of the Black Rose. Like what would make a group of people, who left a life behind them,
mm,
um get back into it. What would make them decide, okay, these skills that I got, I gotta get back into that to for this special reason. What would do that? And
mm.
all of our characters in this story kind of experience that. So yeah, Unforgiven is my favorite western, but there's a lot of good ones, man. There's a lot of good ones. 310 to Yuma was really good. Um Rosewood, like, man, there's so many good
Man, I
westerns.
haven't seen 310 and Yuma in so long. Good, that's
Yeah,
a really good one. Oh my god,
yeah.
man, wow.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones, man. But then also they had just good TV shows too. Like I think the TV shows were more like wholesome. Like most of them
Mm,
were like more like sitcoms than anything. But
you got a point. You got a point there. You
they
got a
were
point
just
there.
based. They were just kind
Uh,
of in a western setting, but they were sitcoms really.
mm,
And but they were just good wholesome TV.
yeah. And so with Ballad of Black Rose is it's like an ongoing series. Like, do you have an ending in mind? Like, I know in Ace Blade you have like you up to what, issue 9 now in Ace Blade.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Black Rose.
how far you think going with Black Rose?
Black Rose is just going to be 7 issues. We're going to do 7 issues. Hopefully, I can keep Kyron around. I can keep him for the whole 7 issues. That's my plan. He's getting a lot more requests to draw things these days. So, if he if he chooses to stick around with me, I'd love to have him. But yeah, I'm trying to do 7 issues of this story to tell it, and we'll package it into a hardcover or something after that. But it'll be 7 individual issues.
And he is there gonna be like spin-offs maybe to make more westerns come after you finish Black Rose? Like, is this gonna be a big universe of westerns potentially?
Nah, nope, not
Mm,
at all.
okay.
I think the idea of there are is stuff that I want to make that will go on forever. Like Ace Blade, I think I want to do 200 issues of Ace Blade.
Mm,
There's so many different stories that I have in mind to tell with that, but this is a really specific story about a really specific thing.
mm,
And I might put some Easter eggs to connect it to some things down the road, but I
mm.
think I want it to be a self-contained story.
I love that. Because you know when like what people say, milk the franchise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What else you got up in the pipe that you could share us, like tease us about?
Man, like I said, we got a project that I'm working on with Morgan Iverson and Ro Lamb and Wally McNair. The four of us are working together on a project called the Kadara Chronicles, and I'm really excited about it because it's like a real. It's really like a epic fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Mm,
the the amount of backstory and world building that we've done already. If we make as much story as we've made world building, like
mm.
we'll have 10 movies, 8 novels, uh, 100 comics, and like a video game and
Oh
all kinds
yeah.
of stuff, bro. Like we've created this world, and
Mm.
I'm excited about it. But also, I got a crossover with Ace Blade
Ooh.
and Hot Shot coming up.
Oh snap.
So Hot Shot from Freestyle Comics, Michael Watson.
Mm.
He just showed me the layouts for it's gonna be 2 issues.
Okay.
It's gonna be one is gonna be in his universe and the other is gonna be in my universe. And
Ooh.
it'll be Ace Blade and Hot Shot teaming up to go up against a new villain. And
Oh
he showed me the
snap.
layout for the first book today, and it's really good. Like I'm really proud of the work that we're doing on that. I wrote the scripts. Mike is going to be drawing it, and the Freestyle Comics is going to be producing it. So yeah, I'm really excited about that too.
Now, how did that come together? Like, was this always a plan, or did it just come together by accident?
I don't know, man. Me and Mike, we've been kind of like creating beside each other for a long time. We both were at Short
Mm,
Fuse Media Group back in the
mm,
day, and I just respect his work ethic, and I love the character. Like I'm one of Hot Shot's biggest fan. I got every issue. Every time they release something new, I'm right there to support it. Man, I just love that story, and he's been the same way with me and Ace Blade. So. You know, last year and the year before, there's all these talks of doing like crossovers and all kinds of stuff, and I
mm.
think we were both in Epiphany Engine, and you know, Kyron is always talking about. Kyron has a great idea for like a wrestling cross. I shouldn't even say nothing, but it's a crossover for a bunch of indie
Ah,
creators, and
so
then
close.
and then and then Kyron just put together his panels in paradise with all the
Heck yeah.
indie characters.
Heck
So
yeah.
it's just time to do some crossovers, and if I'm gonna do one, I'm definitely gonna do one with Michael Watson. Like I said, he's on issue 11 of Hot Shot or something like that. So he's another one of those creators
Wow.
that has been making books for a long time, and we just decided, hey man, why not? Let's do something fun, and it definitely is complicated though. So uh, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. I'm excited about it.
Man, okay. I want to talk a little bit about Ace Blade because I'm
Yes,
a
sir.
big fan. I'm a
Yeah.
freaking big fan. Ever since I met you, I don't know what 2, 3 years ago now. Time has flown so much. I don't know how long we've known each other so far.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
um, I really love the vigilante aspect, and I gotta be honest. This is like one of the best vigilante stories I've ever read in a
Man, I
while.
appreciate that. I
I
appreciate that.
want I didn't want to just tell you this in the text. I want to tell it face to face. This is one of the best vigilante stories I've read in a while. Because I'm a big fan of Arrow.
Mm.
Big fan of shoot, Robin Hood
Oh
and
yeah.
different type of vigilantes. And reading your story, I'm just like, good
I
lord,
see. I,
this is
I
freaking
see why you like.
fantastic.
I see why you
Yeah,
like Ace there because
yeah.
there's definitely a lot of Robin Hood in
Yeah,
in
I
Ace
took
Blade.
that's kind of how I felt reading the story. I was like, this kind of giving a Robin Hood kind of feel to it, but better
It,
in a way.
no man, I think like Ace Blade is really just a dude. I mean, the theme of taking from the rich and giving to the poor, like the there's the one Bible verse that says the love of money is a root in all evil,
Hmm.
and really Ace Blade's villains are all rooted in their love for money, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
Gutshot, literally, his main nemesis is a casino owner. Like he owns casinos, and
Mhm.
but he was once a fighter, and he because he wanted to make more money, he injected himself with steroids, and he got these powers.
Yep.
So he started using those powers to make more money. Hammer Hands, kind of in the same vein, was a fighter who was losing his, he was losing his way, and then started beating people up on the street to go viral. He found out that he could go viral online by, you know, fighting people who, hey, if you say that you want to fight, it's a, there's consent there for me to beat you up. So
Yep.
I
Literally.
go viral online and make money doing that. And he,
Oh
went down
man.
this path. And then there's Roulette, who isn't necessarily entrenched in money herself, but it's a family member. Like her family member her sister had huge gambling debts, and she was a scientist and found a way to create these colds, this cold weapon to be able to shoot ice out of her hands. So she uses that to help her sister pay for, her gambling debts. And like all of it is rooted in, the rich and the wealthy and the greedy, taking advantage of everyday people. And then Ace Blade has to find a way to fight against that when he's just a regular person who doesn't have any superpowers, but but literally, believes he's the best fighter in the world. So it's just a story. It's just really about, doing what you can to help in your community. We're not all, we're not rich, and we're not um the best fighters in the world, but there's something that you can do. You can use your art and you can use your stories to impact the community around you, and I believe that that's enough.
Oh yeah, that's also what attracted me to your writing in Ace Play because I love the message that you put into it, and
Appreciate it.
that's how I approach my writing. Is like I want to put a message out there. Not only I want to entertain you, but I want to let you know like stuff happens. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like you probably seen my social media posts. Like I'm a big
Mhm.
mental health advocate,
Yep.
and so in
Absolutely.
different stories, if it's horror, fantasy, drama, or comedy, I try to put a message of like awareness of mental health because mental health is a heavy topic
Hmm.
and it's not really talked about enough. And so I try to like I always write my characters because I want my character to touch somebody. Like I want all my characters to be relatable in some way, form, or fashion. But
Hmm.
I also want you to have fun reading the book at the
Yeah.
same time because I'm like I don't want to make you depressed. I mean I want you to escape the world for a while and just have a good darn time reading. I want to get kids reading. I want to get everyone reading and just because it's just too much media in the world and media is really a headache by itself. And man, Ace Blade, I can't wait for more. Man,
Appreciate it, man. I
um,
appreciate it. Once we get
but
this,
but
once we get this
but
issue 9 and 10 out, we're gonna be moving, man. I'm telling you.
oh yeah.
These next two issues are really good in my opinion. I think people enjoy them, and then the next arc I already got planned out. So, yeah, we're gonna be moving.
Uh, back to Ballad of the Black Rose, guys. Go back his Kickstarter. I'm gonna back it when we get off. But it's a the art looks freaking phenomenal. I can't wait to read this book. You guys go back it. Can you tell it one more time? Give us your elevator pitch for this story before we get off.
Absolutely, man. Ballad of the Black Rose is about a young family trying to start a new life in the Wild West, but a strange encounter with an entity in the hills behind their home gets them in trouble with the law. This entity interacts with their daughter, and they have to go on an adventure to figure out how to get it away from her. So it's a story about sacrificing and what you'll do to save your family, and I think everybody can enjoy it, man. I'm really having a good time with it. These first two issues are done. Like literally, once we get done with the Kickstarter, we're gonna get these books printed. We're gonna ship them out. Most of the rewards are already ready, so hoping that we get funded so that we can, smoothly transition to the next couple issues,
Heck
and
yeah.
then keep it going, man. So I appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Heck yeah. And Wild West seems to have two objectives to gun for money and land. You're not wrong.
Hmm. Right.
You're not wrong.
Hmm.
I love when stories have hidden morals. It's like food for thought to get people to rethink. But yeah, that's really how I approach my writing. And And when I'm writing, I'm not trying to put like these fancy words that makes no freaking sense. I was like, I tell people, I'm like, when I write, I just write what's real and what's from my heart. And I'm
Yeah,
not trying to confuse you. I'm trying to have you have fun and escape the world for a while.
yeah, absolutely.
But can you let us know where we can follow you on social media so we keep updates on you and so we can support you?
Absolutely, man. The best place to find me is my website, fourthwallpros.com. But other than that, if you're on social media, it's at the Ace Blade on all social media platforms.
And you can follow me, Kevin Davis, at I am Kevin Davis Official on Instagram or Kevirsyle Network also on Instagram. And Facebook is I am Kevin Davis CEO or my website, kevirsyle.com, where you can check out my work and my books and everything I do. Thank you, Mr. Danny Crick, for coming on the show, man. It's a pleasure to actually get to talk to you in person. Not in person, but face to face. We haven't made it to the
Yeah.
in person part yet, but you know what I mean.
We'll talk
Uh,
again later, though. We'll talk again later.
literally.
Y'all make
So
sure y'all come back 8 p.m. tonight. He interviewed me, and me and Kyron are going to interview him later at 8 p.m. tonight on the
yeah.
14th podcast.
So we'll catch you guys later on the flip side, literally, because I'll be back with them guys in a couple hours. So peace.
If you missed the live viewing of any Madness Entertainment Group production, you can find all our content on Roku or as a member of this channel. We'll see you next time on the Madness Entertainment Group.